What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to a Dom nail polish video. This is part of my PBE mini series for this week, and this is the moment where I do bells and whistles, Las Vegas lights, and all the obnoxious noises I can possibly muster. That if you have not checked out my Polish and Beauty Expo exclusive video, go check that out so you can see Angie's Dom nail polishes. Exclusives, she has a beautiful trio that she's going to have at the event. Now, what's in this video is her new releases that are launching early at the expo, and then they're going to be available at the end of the following week for those of us who are shopping online. We have 3 collections to check out. I'm super pumped for these. If you liked the stormy shimmers type of polishes, the polishes that she does with the strong shimmers with the matchy-match glitter, you're going to love these. We have a Survivor series, and we have another shimmer set to look at too. Lots of pretties. Such a satisfying rainbow on the collage there on the thumbnail. So without further ado, let's dive right in. We're going to start off with the Survivor trio. This is a part of a larger series that is bringing awareness to domestic violence. For every polish sold, $2 will be donated to the Sojourner Family Peace Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and thehotline.org. First up is Jared. This is described as a bright pink base with small particle blue to purple shifting shimmer. This is lush. This is so shimmery good. If you love that super strong pearlescent type blue shimmer, this is going to be up your alley. For opacity, I'm going to suggest between 2 to 3 coats, with the caveat that if you stop at that second coat, you're going to see a touch of your visible nail line peeking out at you. If you want that louder type of opacity, then I'm going to suggest going in for that third coat. Obviously, it dries down super flat, so finish with a good glossy top coat. Chuck is described as a black base with taupe to teal shifting shimmer. When I saw the bottle out of my package, I swear to you, I took a magnet to the bottle for at least a good 30 seconds, and I was like, this is magnetic. I know it's magnetic. It has to be magnetic. It is not. I have tested it thoroughly. It's a really interesting foily, metallic, chromy type of shimmery thing going on here. It's got a deliciously smooth type of metallic formula. It builds easily to opacity. Depending on how you polish and the length of your nails, you might want to stop at 2 normal coats, though personally I thought 3 thinner coats is perfect. It almost takes on a galaxy-like effect with this interesting type of teal shift at certain angles. It dries down quite flat, so you'll want to finish with a good glossy top coat. And Bridigette is described as a teal to purple to pink to bronze to green shifting multichrome with an assortment of ultra hollow glitters. This, to me, I would describe it as being a cousin to No Not Rainbow Road, which was featured in April's Polish Pickup, the video game Polish Pickup theme. It is quite shifty in person. You're going to see an easy dominant shift, in my opinion, between that greeny sort of color on the middle of my nail here, and at edges you'll see a dominant purple shift. When you wiggle your nails around, you'll definitely see a bit more of a color roll going on, but to me, it's dominantly those 2 colors. You'll need to finish with a good glossy top coat and a glitter smoothing top coat, as this is chonky good with glitters, and you'll want to smooth it out as it is thirsty and textured. This is so super sparkly. Again, if you liked No Not Rainbow Road from April, you will definitely want to pick this one up. And here is the Sweet Sips collection. This is a 6-piece set with matchy-match glitters and shimmers in these milky type of bases based off of our beloved boba tea. First up, we've got Passionfruit Attitude. This is described as a sheer crelly pink base with pink to orange shifting shimmer, assorted metallic pink glitters, and a dusting of black holographic glitters. I want to note that the official description of all of these are pretty much identical, so I do apologize. I'm going to sound like a repeating robot here for this set, but I want to really touch on the official description saying that it's sheer. I do agree with that. I think if you have a prominent free edge, you're going to see a touch of your smile line, but to me, these are more milky type finishes. I guess when I consider a sheer polish, I consider it more of like a almost cleared out base with maybe just like a wind of shimmer in it, if you will. So I do think this is more milky, and I think it's just, to me, a touch more opaque than what I personally would consider a sheer finish. And up next is Mango Tango. This is a sheer curly orange base with orange to gold shifting shimmer, assorted metallic orange glitters, and a dusting of black hollow glitters. So again, same thing here. It's quite milky. This reminds me of like a creamsicle. It's so pretty. I honestly really enjoyed how glowy each of these respectively are. And shout out to Angie for being able to match up shimmer and glitter so well on 6 polishes. Now, across the board on the Sweet Sips collection, you'll want to finish with a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. The glitters, obviously here you can see on each of them respectively, have a certain chonkiness to them. They're quite large. I'm not mad at it. You'll just definitely want to go in and smooth them out. I really liked on Mango, on my macro shot here, that you can see that nice gold shift. It's quite obvious and, again, just super glowy. Banana Cabana is described as a sheer curly yellow base with gold to green shifting shimmer, assorted metallic gold glitters, and a dusting of black hollow glitters. So we've got a very similar formula. I think this one was pretty damn opaque compared to the other ones in terms of that milky type of finish. So again, I just personally, this is what my eyes are seeing in front of me here. I would suggest 3 light coats, again, across the board, glitter smoothing top coat and glossy top coat. This is such a fun, sunny type of yellow. It's quite bright, so I think it's going to be pretty flattering on medium to deep skin tones, even if you're warm undertoned like myself. Honeydew Brew is a sheer curly green base with green to blue shifting shimmer, assorted metallic green glitters, and a dusting of black hollow glitters. So the black hollow glitters, as you saw on Banana and now Honeydew, and then on these last couple here, I do think that they were just a touch more obvious than Passionfruit and Mango Tango. Maybe it's just the colors themselves, but anyways, I thought it was most prominent on Banana, but you can kind of see it a little bit better against the green base here. So I'm rinsing and repeating 3 coats, glitter smoothing top coat and glossy top coat. I am good to go, and wait till you all see these on the Willet Topper segment. These are quite versatile in my opinion, and I think you can get really wild with the layering. Blueberry Sanctuary is a sheer curly blue base with blue to purple shifting shimmer and an assortment of blue metallic glitters and a dusting of black hollow glitters. I told Cosmetic Sanctuary that Blueberry Sanctuary would be a great name for her to change over to. She's not listening to me, but I digress. Blueberry, of course, stole my heart. It is so very glowy. I mean, they all are. Again, I'm just repeating myself here, but this blue is so freaking pretty. Now, I also want to note, as I do try my best to remember on every single glitter polish, or rather glitter curly polish that I swatch, whether or not I had to fish or anything for glitters, I did not have to do that on any of the 6 in this collection. I had no issues. I do give my bottles a good shake before applying, but there is no fishing, no careful placement, nothing, no need to be careful at all. So just feel free, very user-friendly. And then lastly, we've got Taro Tea Wannabe. This is a sheer curly purple base with purple to pink shifting shimmer, an assortment of metallic purple glitters, and a dusting of black hollow glitter. Another really pretty one. I so enjoyed how this one looked too. Like, I know I'm just repeating myself across every single polish for this collection. And very much like the next collection we're about to see here in a second, they're just glowy. They're very shimmery and perfect. Now, each of these you are seeing me kind of dab my free edge a little bit. So if you too have a free edge, whether it's a falsie or your natural nails, whatever, I did find that just a couple of times I needed to just kind of push the glitter up against my nail a little bit, which is totally normal with chunky glitters like these in the Sweet Sips collection. And then lastly, we've got the Journey Through Japan collection. These are shimmery good polishes that are going to have Japanese city names. And I want to just blanket statement real quick. I'm going to stumble through this next segment for naming these polishes. I'm going to do my best. I refuse to say anything else because I want to show respect to other cultures, things like that. So I did my best and we're going to get through this together. So no laughing. Here we go. Shopping at Shibuya is described as a pink base with pink to orange to gold to green shifting shimmer and an assortment of hollow flakes. So glowy. Just speaking of just shimmer love from the Sweet Sips set, this is just shimmery good. So shimmer lovers, I'm so sorry. Angie is just coming for our wallets for this entire massive release tomorrow. I'm going to suggest 3 coats, and with the caveat that it's got a strong, plumping, squishy factor to it. So go in light and try not to go in too heavy on your coats. You'll want to finish with a good glossy top coat because it does dry down on the more flat side, given that it's so packed full of shimmer. And this is such a gorgeous pink. I think it's going to be so incredibly flattering across the board, especially on medium to deep skin tones. Have a By or 10 in Osaka is described as an orange base with pink to orange to gold to green shifting shimmer and an assortment of hollow flakes. So very much like the previous collection, please note I'm sorry if I sound redundant in repeating myself for the descriptions, but they all do have matchy match shimmer and that same hollow flake mix. Osaka has a very beautiful, almost, I'm talking about the tiniest little, like if you had a bucket of orange and you took a drop of red, that kind of tint to it. It's a really flattering color. And I think the shimmer just kind of exploits that undertone there going on too. So 3 coats, a good glossy top coat was my best friend here too. And I'm going to be repeating myself on that on the next 4 polishes. I do apologize, but plumping these up with a glossy top coat just exploits the shimmer even better. Meet a Dear Friend in Nara is described as a yellow base with pink to orange to gold to green shifting shimmer and the assorted hollow flake. This specific yellow I would describe as being nice and bright and sunny, very much like Banana Cabana. I think that the shimmer itself kind of warms it up overall because to me it looks like a more neutral type of yellow. So depending on your skin tone, your undertones, what have you, just wanted to throw that out there. I personally, against my warm self, I thought it looked really good on me. My full hand shot here gives you a really good idea of that. I guess tune my own horn here. The red shimmer is just beautiful. And again, I finished with a glossy top coat and I am perfect. Nerd Out in Akihabara is described as a green base with pink to orange to gold to green shifting shimmer and assorted hollow flakes. A very gorgeous, what I would almost say is like a kiwi type of green. This is so pretty. And I don't know, this whole last little bit here, I'm really going to be tooting my horn. I loved how these looked against my skin tone. So I just think they're going to be super flattering across the board. Now, I want to note the flakes will give you a touch of thirstiness in each of the Journey Through Japan collection. Personally, I would recommend just a slightly thicker glossy top coat. You don't need to go in with something, super goopy or a glitter smoothing top coat, but I think just something somewhat plump is going to work the best to stop that mild thirstiness. Touch the Sky in Tokyo is a blue base with pink to orange to gold to green shifting shimmer and assorted hollow flakes. I'm not going to say it, but I want to say it because we know how I feel about blue, those of you who follow along with me. This is beautiful. It's cool toned in that blue color and the shimmer is so very strong. Now, I want to note also in each respective polish in this collection, they mostly are going to take on this pinky looking appearance. This is like color theory, and it's going to take on, for example, like the yellow had a touch more of a reddish looking cast to it, but each of the polishes have an easy orangey type glow to them at angles like you see on my macro shots. And then when you hold your fingers like straight up facing your fingertips facing your face, you'll see that goldish greenish look. And then lastly, we've got Beefing in Kobe. This is a purple base with pink to orange to gold to green shifting shimmer and assorted hollow flakes. Angie does purples so well. If you watched my Shima custom, I think she was featured in April. This entire year has been a blur, but she was one of our customs makers in the Shima's group. and her purple was beautiful. If you haven't grabbed that, do it immediately with this release. This one is no exception. Again, she does purples really well. And I say, quote unquote, those types of purples, meaning these medium type of purples with these super strong shimmers. 3 coats, glossy top coat. I was perfect, glowy, good. And we're going to wrap up this journey with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. Jared is stunning over black. You can definitely get creative with that. Chuck is quite opaque. I was pleasantly surprised by that. So I think it does topper, but personally I would stick with dark colors. Bridigette also works too. It is very multi-chrome over black, which is how we used to have to wear multi-chromes. So I think dark colors for that one too. The Sweet Sips collection, they all topper well over black. I think you can get so bananas, pun intended, on putting these over different colors and kind of playing around with the color palette, the color wheel, if you will, and just kind of seeing what you can do. Of course, matchy match is going to work. I think if you have an excellent set of creams, especially neon creams, these are going to be really fun to play with across the board. And because you're doing 1 coat, I would go in just a touch ham on that 1 coat and make sure that your shimmer is nice and even on that 1 coat. And you're good to go. I think it's so very pretty. You'll glow up any type of cream base. So have fun with that. Now, the Journey Through Japan collection, each of these also passed my topper test. I think that some of these you'll want to stick with matchy match colors because the tint to each one is quite strong. But I don't think it's so much that you couldn't play up with them. I really just think that you can go wild pretty much for this entire video over different colors. Nerd Out looked really cool. I was very impressed with that one, especially because it's a green base, but the black just sucked it up. I don't know. It was just very, very nice to see in person too. And then of course, these last 2 look amazing. They look so vampy good and are so ridiculously packed full of shimmer. Kudos to Angie. This whole set, I think you can have a lot of fun with. So those of you not attending the event, to get your paws on these early, you can grab these through Dom's website at the official launch on Friday, July 19th. I will link you all to the website below if you want to check out the other things that Angie's got for us. These are so much fun, and she's got a lot of really super cute merch on her website. I'll also link you to the Facebook group if you want to get in there, see additional swatches, sneak peeks, all that fun stuff. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.